This is a disclaimer for stupid and dumb people. This set was donated to me for this very purpose. Please do not complain in comments that I am destroying a set that was gifted to me for free. As the person who gifted it knew what this set's fate would be and was 100% down for it. This video also contains people climbing and standing on wet and high roofs with no safety equipment. Please do not try any of this at home. This is a familiar roof, so we have been up there many times. Tommy C is not responsible if you try any of this yourself. Thank you. This has been your disclaimer for stupid and dumb people.
Have you ever wondered to yourself, how bad a set like this could be? Some people may like it, but I know a man who does not.
So the only Harry Potter set I truly dislike is the Hedwig set. To the point where I wasn't gonna buy the Hedwig set, but somebody very graciously bought this set for me. Thanks, Bright. But it was bought under the pretense that I would chuck it off a roof. Now, I am happy to chuck this set off a roof, but I want to explain why I'm chucking it off a roof before I actually chuck it off the roof. For starters, I hate this set. It doesn't look anything like an actual owl. It seems to be that this set was only released based on the fact that they could get this flapping mechanism in that doesn't actually work very well. It's one of the most clunky mechanisms I've ever seen LEGO produce, and it doesn't help that you can see the gear mechanisms on the inside. But hey, at least the minifigure is somewhat exclusive and it looks amazing. Its best part, in my opinion, is literally the stand that it sits on, consisting of really nice reddish-brown pieces with a nice sticker saying Hedwig on the front. I also really like the translucent pieces that they've got all around the model, making it almost feel like he's jumping from a window to take a letter to Sirius or something along those lines. I really like the way that they've managed to achieve the angle of this stand using ball joints in the base to create this nice angle. However, I do think that the Space Shuttle from the new 2021 sets have done that angle a lot better. But I do like the fact that it has a separate stand for the minifigure that can also be placed on this larger stand. Moving up to the actual bird itself, in my mind this looks nothing like an owl. I think they needed to abandon this idea of it being able to flap its wings and give us an actual buildable Hedwig similar to what we have with the Star Wars sets, being the Porg and the Grogu and things like that. Kind of like this model that I have on screen at the moment. It looks much more like an owl. Granted, it would be a lot more pieces, but at the same time, at least it would actually look like what it's meant to be resembling. Because of the flapping mechanism, the model just opens itself up to more criticism than it needs, with stuff like the handle sticking out the back of the model, which just really throws me off, as I don't think it's integrated very well to the actual model itself, and good luck using a motor. Not only would you need heavy modification to the set itself, it also would look disgusting. I also want to say that there's just several weak points across this entire model, the back being especially one. They have a lot of hinge joints in the back there that just don't seem to actually hinge properly, and they just break off. They've also tried to use black pieces on the top of the bird to indicate markings, but I think this would have been much better in a dark bluish grey, as it wouldn't give off such a mad contrast between the white and the black. The head is a real mixed bag for me. One, I think it looks nothing like an owl head, as owl heads tend to be a lot fluffier, therefore a lot bigger, especially when they're in their winged formation like this. So to me, this head just looks a bit funny. However, I do appreciate the fact that the head can turn all the way around, even though this looks cursed. And I do appreciate LEGO doing this 45-degree angle thing, something that you see a lot of third-party companies doing, but not actually LEGO themselves. And also those eye prints are actually really nice, similar to what you see on the Grogu figure. Like I said before, the wings are super clunky and I really don't like them. Not only is the mechanism a pile of shit, the wingtips are always in this sprayed out form and they always move considering they are on 3 different joints. To the point now where even just using the mechanism on mine actually moves the wingtips somewhere I don't want them to be, and it making it look slightly weird and unnatural for a flying bird. Like I said before, it also really doesn't help things that you can see the mechanism underneath the bird. Point out a few obvious ones. This black piece here with the 4 prongs attached, you can always see these prongs sticking out of the model and it looking really strange. And it also doesn't help the thinness of the wings to use massive Technic pieces in this case. Granted, I don't see them doing it any other way, but maybe if that's the case and you can't get it to look nice, maybe don't include the feature altogether. And I count this as a display set, so I imagine a lot of people are going to be displaying it on a shelf, and the bird is purposely angled backwards, which means you can see the mechanism even more. This wouldn't be so bad if you were looking at the bird from the top, but honestly, who's doing that? Everybody's going to be looking at it from front on or side on, which in my mind is an even worse display angle because now you just look like you've got a pole going up your bird's ass. And like I say, I count this as a display set. I don't imagine a lot of people playing with this set, especially because you can't take Hedwig off of the stand, at least easily, and I would recommend if LEGO were going to do something like this again, they would need to make the bird removable so you could actually play with the bird, aka take it off of the stand. Yes, maybe it'll only have the flapping function if you put it on the stand, but at least then the bird has some swooshability like normal Star Wars spaceships if that's the kind of feel that you're going for in terms of a play set. But like I say, this just is a display set. There's no doubt in my mind that anybody picking up this set for play is just going to get bored of it within 5 minutes. Unfortunately, I think this is one of those cases where it sounds a lot better on paper than it does in real life, as a flying buildable Hedwig does sound pretty cool on paper, but in execution turns out to be a very cursed image. Also, LEGO don't help themselves by making the front piece of the model a letter when they can't even match their sticker color to the actual LEGO brick itself, but that's a whole nother rant for another day. It's just one of those cases where I hope LEGO don't do this kind of thing anymore, as I think building really organic models really tailors better to having such a high piece count where you can create curves and more complex shapes because of the higher piece count, hence why you tend to see the Grogu and the Porg being at the more 60 to 90 pound range, and anybody using the excuse that the Monster Book of Monsters is basically the same set. Obviously the Monster Book can be argued that it's organic, but at the end of the day it's based on a book and a lot easier to create in things like LEGO bricks being a box design. So I put things like this Hedwig and this Monster Book of Monsters in completely separate categories. It can also be argued that because the Monster Book of Monsters doesn't have a stand, it's arguably more playable, having those wheels in the bottom to make a much smoother and a much more friendly playable mechanism. So I don't want to see you guys comparing these sets in the comment section, as like I say, this Hedwig is just a massive letdown in my opinion. And with rumours of a buildable Forks, I really hope they're doing something like I say, like the buildable Grogu or Porg, rather than another shitty flying bird. And that's why this set deserves this treatment.
Smashed more than I thought it would.
That was awesome. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I greatly appreciate every single person who watches and tunes into these videos. A massive thanks to Brightest Witch Bricks for providing me this set for this video. Honestly, I wasn't going to buy it and we were just in a call and she said that she'd do it, so long as I threw it off a roof. I greatly enjoyed making this video. It was actually a really fun one. This is the first set that I have actually purposefully bought to destroy. And maybe we'll do this again in the future, as it was a really fun, spectacular thing to chuck a LEGO set off a roof. Thanks all to the members that make these types of videos possible, especially Bright in this situation. If you are considering becoming a member, please press the join button next to the subscribe button below. Make sure that you've hit that subscribe button, as we are like 30 subs off of 8,000 subs at this point, and make sure you leave a comment telling me what you think of this set below. Now, I know a lot of people do enjoy this set, so I know I am not in the majority on this one, but to me, I just can't stand this set. Give this video a like if you think I should destroy some more sets by throwing them off of my roof, and I will speak to you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Massive quick reminder, we are giving away one of my Bricktuber sig figs at 500 members on my Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, the link will be in the description. Go and join that and click your ticket. If you have any trouble, just ask the people over there and I will speak to you guys in the next one.